Okay, here's our machine sashing. I've got a piece that's 2.25 inches and I pressed it in half, so this will be for the next one. It's going to go on top. It is exactly 8.75, so that these two, we're going to join these two right here. This is 8.75. And then I have another piece that is 1.5 inches by 8.75. And I want to join it to the back, and it's going to go right sides towards the back. And I'm going to pin it. And I'm going to sew them both together at the same time. I'm going to use a 3/8 inch seam allowance so that we will have, so that our batting will touch when we have it inside here. Instead of having a big gap in between them, we'll have it touching. I've worked it out so that my machine, my presser foot, the outside of my foot is 3/8 of an inch. So whatever you have to do to get that 3/8 of an inch going. When you're doing this, it's very nice to have a walking foot or your IDT because you've got so many layers. And make sure they're laying, that one on the back is scooching a little bit. There we go, let's get it. Power went out. My plug came undone, so I got it. Let's just wait for my machine to reboot. Sorry about that. All right, now we can finish it up. 3/8 of an inch. Okay, before I even press it, this is how they're going to join. This will be the top, that'll be the last stitch. Now we want to take this back, flip it up, put it right sides together with the back of your panel. And we're going to stitch that one. Okay, so let me take it here and pin it. So we've got right sides together with the back of the panel. And the top is just flipped down. I'm going to go ahead and put 3 pins in this time just to get it, to hold it nice and snug here. Through all 3 layers. And 3/8 of an inch on this one also. See if I can keep my machine plugged in. I guess I hit it with my foot. The plug is here on the wall next to me. Okay, let's see. All right, now there's the back of the quilt. You can go ahead and press it if you want, press it open. And let's look at the front. Now we have the front, and these two are close butting together. We're gonna flip this over and press it so that it will stay down nicely. I'll finger press it right now for safety's sake. And then we're going to top stitch right on top of this. So no 3/8 or anything, we're just going to top stitch. We want to make sure it covers up that seam. So I'm going to pull it over just a little bit, and this is where your stiletto comes in handy when I'm stitching it. Other end. I like to use the stiletto to hold this down. And I'm going to stitch it just barely on the edge. That's how I like to do it. I'm using my stiletto to hold the fabric, pull the fabric over and make sure it's covering that line because it wants to creep up and miss the line. Careful. Okay, and there you can barely see it. It's top stitched right along this line. If you want to make it like when you do a handbag and you do the handle and you sew both sides, if you want to, you can top stitch this other side also just to keep it looking even on both sides, which I probably will do because I've been doing that. Okay, so we're gonna join both of these and put the other pink one on the other side, and then we'll take a big long one and put it onto the quilt.